Good day, friends, brothers and sisters. I am Ryan Morales from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Our passage for today is taken from the Gospel of Matthew. It is from chapter 11, verses 28 to 30. Let me read the passage to you. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. This passage at first seems contrary to the reality. In our world today, it is quite difficult to work, and it's also quite difficult to be a Christian. But for us to understand this, I think we must go back to Genesis. Now, when God created Adam and Eve, he gave them a garden, which they were to tend and work on. And it provided everything for them. This work was easy. So the garden really provided for them food and everything they needed, since God was with them and since they were with God. But because of sin and because of the separation from God, which sin results to, work became difficult. Now, this applies to all work we do in our lives, especially so in the work that we do for the kingdom, both in the work of spreading the kingdom of God to others and in working to become more like the King. It is a task which is wearisome and burdensome. And so Jesus comes now to promise us that if we are to come to him, we will find rest. This work becomes easy. Rest here, of course, does not necessarily mean that we will no longer work or there will no longer be any work. But it means we will experience peace and joy as we work with Jesus to change the world and to change ourselves as well. The central image used by Jesus here is the yoke. A yoke is a farming tool pulled by oxen to plow a field. Now, yokes are usually built for two animals to pull. This is very important. When we are yoked, Jesus is not behind us, driving us forward or pushing us forward. He is beside us, yoked with us, pulling alongside us. This is why the burden becomes light and easy, because Christ is pulling along with us. Where can you find a better partner to pull alongside you than Christ, brothers and sisters? It is also important to note that it is a yoke we are pulling, not just any other burden. There is a reason why we are pulling it. Any oxen would be pulling a yoke because they are plowing a field, not just because their master is driving them. In the same way, there is a reason why we strive with Christ. We are doing God's work. We are pulling alongside Christ so that more people can share in the kingdom of our King. And while we do so, we also plow ourselves, working to become more like the King who is pulling alongside us. And so, if you're experiencing burnout, if you're experiencing any anxiety or any worries about, be it in your work, in your service, or even in the daily challenges of living a Christian life, the invitation of our gospel for today is to come to Christ so that you can experience joy and peace as you pull and as you plow the field beside your King. If you have been blessed by this reflection, don't forget to like and share Pathways of Hope. Once again, I am Ryan Morales. Thank you and have a blessed